Welcome to the Explainer. You know those people who can just effortlessly switch between languages? It's incredible. Well, today, we're cracking the code on how they actually do it. We're going to break down a powerful 7-step formula that's so effective, it's like a secret weapon for learning a new language. And right away, let's be clear, this isn't about some cheap trick or a magic pill. The real secret is a system. It's all about efficiency, using a smart, structured approach that gets you the absolute maximum results for every minute you put in. All right, so this whole method is broken down into 7 very specific steps. And what's cool is that each one builds on the one before it, creating this really clear path from, just starting out to actually having an intuitive feel for the language. So let's jump right in. Okay, this first phase, steps 1 through 3, is all about building a really solid listening foundation. And honestly, the best part, it's designed to be super low stress. In fact, it's meant to be fun. Step 1 is going to sound a little weird, I know. Watch stuff with captions, but in your own language. Now, why would you do that? Well, it's brilliant because it solves the #1 problem in language learning: motivation. You start with a show or a movie you already love, and you're just enjoying it. You're building this positive vibe with a language right from day one. Okay, on to step 2. You're going to rewatch that exact same content, but with one tiny, crucial change. Turn the captions off completely. This little tweak does something huge. It forces your brain to stop reading and start actually listening. You're starting to tune your ear to the real sounds and rhythm of the language. And here's why that's so important. Captions, it turns out, are a crutch. Your brain will always take the easy way out and just read the text. That means your listening skills never really develop. But in the real world, in a real conversation, there are no subtitles, right? So you have to train your ears. Now for step 3. And listen, this one is huge. The creator of this method says if you only do one exercise from this entire guide, make it this one. You listen to a tiny clip, like one sentence, you pause it, and you write down the sounds you hear. This isn't about spelling or grammar. It's about training your ears. You are literally rewiring your brain to pick up the unique sounds of a new language. This will absolutely supercharge your listening skills. All right, so with our ears all warmed up and ready to go, it's time for the most intense part of this whole process. But trust me, it's also the most rewarding. We're about to go from just listening to actively mastering all 4 core skills of the language at once. Step 4 is a serious mental workout. You're going to turn the captions back on, but this time in the language you're trying to learn. And while you watch, you're going to listen, read, write, and speak. Yeah, it's demanding, for sure, but it is by far the single most effective practice in this entire system. And this is what makes it so powerful. In one focused activity, you are training all 4 pillars of what it means to know a language: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. You're not doing isolated drills anymore. This is the real deal: fully integrated learning. So here's the micro process for every single phrase you encounter. First, you listen while you read it. Then you look up anything you don't know. Next, you say the phrase out loud. And finally, you physically write it down. The real magic happens when you repeat that cycle 3 times. The first time, you're just copying. The second time, you start to recognize it. And by the third time, you're starting to actually internalize it. Whew. Okay, after that intense deep dive, steps 5 and 6 are all about making sure that new knowledge actually sticks around for the long haul. This is where we focus on retention and really refining what you've learned. Look, if you want to be truly fluent, you have to review constantly. So step 5 is all about building a system for that. You're going to clip the little audio bits from the phrases you've just studied and turn them into review cards. It gives you this super quick, efficient way to practice on the go and keeps connecting the written words to their actual authentic sounds. And here's the perfect way to set up those review cards to get the most out of them. On the front, you have only the text. This challenges you to actually recall it from memory. Then you flip it over, and on the back, you get the translation, and most importantly, that original audio clip, so you can check your understanding and hear it again. Step 6 is so simple, but it is so powerful. Mimic what you hear. Just copy it. I mean, think about it. That's exactly how we all learn to speak as kids, by imitating the people around us. This isn't just about sounding right. You're literally building the muscle memory in your mouth and tongue to make these new sounds feel natural. It's how you really polish your accent. And now we've arrived at the final step. And honestly, this might be the most satisfying part of the entire process. After all that hard work, it is time to sit back and actually see just how far you've come. It really is this simple. Go back to that same piece of content you started with and just watch it. No notes, no pausing, no captions at all. This isn't about studying anymore. This is your victory lap. It's about experiencing the payoff from all your effort. And this is that incredible aha moment. The creator of this method talked about doing this with an anime he was studying, and he was just shocked. He realized that a week ago, he understood nothing, and now he understood almost all of it. That feeling of sudden, overwhelming clarity, well, that's the ultimate proof that this system really, really works. So what's the big takeaway from all this? Learning a language isn't some mystical talent you're either born with or you're not. It's a skill, and it's a skill that can be built with a proven formula. This 7-step process is your blueprint. So now you have the formula. The only question left is, what language are you going to master?